And they're underway for this older Geldings maiden for novice riders. Fleur Yates is one of the first to show. Fuego de Cara is another one close to the pace in company with Baru, Dr. Scirocco and Deschamps as they prepare to leave the ground at fence number 1. Fleur Yates made a slight error. Mr. Hartigan wasn't also foot perfect, and 2Ps touching down was the overall back marker. So heading up in front of the judge, 3 full circuits ahead of them, and it is Fleur Yates that sets the pace with the noseband to Baru, Dr. Scirocco, Fuego de Cara and Deschamps. Boy Blue races just in advance of Hardcore, Hill of Hope and Mr. Hartigan, Multi-Mill and Cotto Stinko. Repeat that, Regal Milan, Spart Arcadius and 2Ps brings up the tail of the field as they head on their way towards fences 2 and 3, and it's Fleur Yates and Brian Dunleavy with the narrow advantage to Baru and Niall Prendergast. Dr. Scirocco running a shade keenly and Adam Ryan is in third, from Fuego de Cara and Alan Harney in fourth. After these races Deschamps with on the outer of these is Mr. Hartigan and Hill of Hope. Boy Blue and Hardcore's down the inside as they get over fence number 2 are Fleur Yates unshipped rider, so the leader is gone there, and also unshipping was Repeat That. So Repeat That and Fleur Yates both unseated fence number 2 as the remainder head over number 3. Spart Arcadius and 2Ps are towards the back end of the field in company with Regal Milan. Owen Wallace is to his feet. Brian Dunleavy just about to get to his as the runners turn right-handed and head on their way towards fence number 4. And on the inside, Baru in the orange jacket has the narrow advantage. Mr. Hartigan, Dr. Scirocco, Hill of Hope are the front quartet. Back trio, Regal Milan, Spart Arcadius and 2Ps at this stage as the 13 runners who remain running head right-handed into the home straight and on their way towards the next 2 fences, which are 5 and 6. And in front, Baru in the orange jacket in the centre, green sleeves of Mr. Hartigan away towards the outside, the blue jacket of Dr. Scirocco's on the inside from Hill of Hope and Fuego de Cara. After Fuego de Cara races Hardcore with a red cap from Boy Blue and blue colours with the red cross belts. Deschamps in red is in mid-division as they go out over this next fence from Cotto Stinko with the noseband. Multi-Mill in a pale grey jacket's on the outside of this one. Ridden along there briefly was Spart Arcadius on his debut, fitted with the hood, white sleeves and a green jacket from 2Ps, and Regal Milan is the overall back marker. So racing right-handed, the advantage is with Baru and Niall Prendergast narrowly over Mr. Hartigan in the second spot and Andrew Burke-Ott. Dr. Scirocco, Adam Ryan is in third from Hill of Hope and Owen Shaw. Hardcore and Philip Regan's on the outside of Fuego de Cara and Alan Harney. Boy Blue and Evan Dwan is on the outside of Deschamps and Dara Higgins. Multi-Mill and Andrew Phelans towards the rear of mid-division races in company with Spart Arcadius and Sean Staples. Towards the tail end of the field is 2Ps and Jack Hartigan. Regal Milan, Ross Foley is the back marker. Out over the next, which is fence number 7. Leader is safely out over it. Hardcore in mid-division made an error and Regal Milan continues to be the overall back marker. Quickly on towards the next, number 8. Baru safely out over it with the advantage. Multi-Mill out towards his left and Regal Milan getting ever more remote at the tail of the field. But turning right-handed, Baru, Mr. Hartigan, Dr. Scirocco, Hill of Hope. They're being followed by Fuego de Cara on the outside as they close in on this next fence, number 9, with Boy Blue. After these is Hardcore, Deschamps and Cotto Stinko with the white sleeves. Multi-Mill is next, going out over number 9, but he took a chance out over it. Wasn't foot perfect. 2Ps, Spart Arcadius are the final pair in the main group because at this stage they're leaving Regal Milan behind. Right-handed they race into the home straight. They head on their way towards 10 and 11, first of which is 7 from the finish. Mr. Hartigan, green sleeves on the outer of Baru, the orange in the centre. Dr. Scirocco, the blue Baru on the inside, Hill of Hope in a close 4th position as they go out over this one. Hardcore in the centre behind these, disputing the 5th position, with Fuego de Cara on the inside. Out wide for Boy Blue, Deschamps tracks these in mid-division. Multi-Mill is next as they go out over the 6th. Last Fuego de Cara wasn't foot perfect. Cotto Stinko's towards the rear of mid-division, and company with Sparta Arcadius. 2 Paris has always been towards the rear. Reminders administered for League Regal Milan. So heading out on their final circuit in this Lalor family in INHSC, supporting point to point, 6 up Geldings Maiden for the Novice Riders. And the advantage is with Brew Baru and Niall Prendergast. Pulled up at Lisrone on his return from a long absence, has the narrow advantage over Mr. Hartigan, who was brought down at Drumahan last Sunday, and this pair dispute the advantage over Dr. Scirocco, Hill of Hope 3 and 4. Hardcore is next with Fuego de Cara, Deschamps behind these in mid-division, with Boy Blue, Multi-Mill and Cotto Stinko, 2 Paris and Sparta Arcadius. Regal Milan is going to call it a day and will pull up before the 5th last defence that the leaders are now approaching. Brew Baru and Mr. Hartigan have the advantage out over it. Hardcore makes a mistake in mid-division. Boy Blue is unshipped Evan Dwan at that one, so Boy Blue towards the rear of mid-division at the time, unships with 5 to jump. And at the back of the field, Sparta Arcadius pulled up before the 4th last. Brew Baru, though, still with the advantage, and Niall Prendergast leads to Hill of Hope and Owen Shaw in 2nd. Mr. Hartigan and Andrew Burke-Ott is in the 3rd position as they head on towards the 3rd last. Dr. Scirocco and Adam Ryan is next from Cotto Stinko on the inside. On the outer is 2 Peru and Jack Hendricks being produced now into the contest. Goes into 3rd, having been anchored in rear towards. After these is Fuego de Cara, who hasn't been able to pick up. Multi-Mill is on the outside of this one as they round the bend for home with 2 left to jump. Towards the back end of the field, Deschamps and Hardcore haven't been able to pick up. They're struggling in rear, but Brew Baru has so far fended off all challengers, leads them to the 2nd last safely out over it. Hill of Hope, Dr. Scirocco and 2 Paris are the 3 that give chase. They've pulled clear over Fuego de Cara and Multi-Mill, with Cotto Stinko next, but Brew Baru makes a mess of the last. He's down whilst holding the advantage. Hill of Hope has done no favours, and Dr. Scirocco, back from a spell over hurdles recently, is pushed out by Adam Ryan, wins for the Slattery team. Dr. Scirocco beats Hill of Hope, 2 Paris and Multi-Mill. Cotto Stinko and Mr. Hartigan weakened. Deschamps and Hardcore last to complete.